sitting here arguing with my cat. She is so annoying lately. She's been really, really bugging for food. Like, and she has food every single minute. She has dry food, she has fresh water, fresh food every day. We even give her cans of tuna fish once a day. Like, she gets it every day. Well, I think what happened is now she's starting to get spoiled. And, oh my God, I can't even eat. Like, if I eat anything, she's like right there. She's like, oh, that's mine. It's like, no, it's not. It's mine. I am having some big bowl Chef Boyardee beefaroni microwavable. I have not had one of these probably since I was maybe in my late 20s. I am extremely exhausted today. You're going to have to forgive me if I delay and pause a lot. I did not sleep well last night. My husband was in the hospital last night for complications from his back surgery that he had a couple weeks ago. And because of that, I was up until 1:30 in the morning waiting for him to come home. I barely got any sleep. And then I had to get up early this morning to get my kids off to school. But there's always beefaroni. We ended up, me and my husband and my youngest, didn't feel well over the weekend. I had kind of like some sort of stomach bug. Me, I can't really tell right now because I'm ovulating and I'm PMSing at the same time again. And when that happens, my whole entire body goes through like a flip and my stomach does not do well. The babies can hear me. I have kittens behind me in a box. My stomach doesn't do well, so I get super duper nauseated. Sometimes I throw up, sometimes I don't. Diarrhea, etc. I'm not gonna talk about that while I'm eating this, but so anyways, he ended up in the hospital last night. He was having pain radiating from his back, and he's been fine. He's now almost 2 weeks. I think he's almost 2 to 3 weeks post-op. And last night, out of nowhere, he got struck down with this pain. And it just kept getting worse as the hours were passing. And around 7 o'clock last night, he was like, I don't think I'm going to make it through the night. He's like, without going to the hospital. So, at 8 o'clock last night, the ambulance came. They picked him up. They took him out to the hospital. And, boy, I'll tell you what. Ever since COVID-19, EMS people are rude. Just rude. Like, they do not want to come pick you up. Like, they do not want to come get you. Like, he was having lower radiating back pain from his back surgery, and it was getting increasingly worse as the minutes were passing. It was like to the point where he couldn't like talk. Then he started having chest pains. Like, all of it was happening at once. So it was kind of like off the wall and bizarre. So that's why we ended up calling the EMS. Because he did just have major surgery 2 weeks ago. So you never really know what's going to happen. And anyways, they got to our house and they kind of were copping an attitude because they didn't think it was an emergency. And they basically just wanted him to like find his own way up there. And when they got to the my husband doesn't think before he talks. He does that a lot, and he just will blurt out whatever comes to his head. And the EMS people, when they were loading him up on the stretcher, they asked him, you know, like, what's going on? Like they always do. And he's like, he goes, I'm having like pain in my testicles. And I'm standing there like frozen, and I'm like, that would be my cat. She's trying to like knock the camera down, but she can't. There's no way for her to get to it. I told him he was in abdominal pain and that it was radiating from his back. And the EMS driver stopped buckling my husband, and he looked at him and he went, "So you're not having any kind of pain in your chest?" And I was like, "No, he is. It started happening after I got off the phone with dispatch." I was like, "It started happening right now." He goes, "Yeah, I am." He's like, "I am." But their attitude, just like the way that they said it, I'm thinking, what were you going to do? Unbuckle him and kick him off the stretcher and just leave? Like, now she's going to argue with her children. He doesn't think before he talks. And so I told him, I was like, okay. Look at the evil look she's giving me. She's like, better give me some food. She has food, you guys. Like, she has food. And every single night before she goes to bed, I give her a treat of lunch meat. It's kind of like, I'll just shred it up. Because usually I'll make myself a night sandwich before I go to bed. So it's become kind of like routine for me and her. So now she wants a night sandwich. So every night she knows. And so like she'll follow me around the house. Like if I could step out of my bedroom just for 3 minutes, just for any reason whatsoever, she's like, "Night sandwich?" But it's cute. She's really smart. She's really intelligent. But she's like, I almost choked. She's too smart. She's got my routine down pat. Let's set that down for a minute. Yeah, so last night came out of nowhere. It was like last minute, just end of the day. Okay, that was random. Last minute, end of the day. Hoopla, bullcrap. And I was already not feeling well yesterday. I was pretty drained. Like, I guess I wasn't really drained. I was more or less, I just had this like annoying headache. It was a hormonal headache. And when I ovulate, sometimes it's just, I get headaches. And usually that's a telltale sign that my PMS is going to be bad for the next 12 to 14 days. So anyways, I just wasn't feeling well yesterday. And right at the end of the day, as I'm getting ready to put the kids to bed because they had school today, he's like, "I have to go to the hospital." And I'm like, and the first thing I asked him, I was like, "How long has this been going on?" I was like, "When did this start?" He told me like hours prior. Like it happened at like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. And I'm like, "You're just now telling me this at 7 o'clock at night when I'm getting ready to put the kids to bed? Like we're trying to wind down for the night." And I usually I usually put my kids to bed semi-early, and they don't really go to sleep per se. It's more or less just kind of like bedtime routine. So brush your teeth. My oldest son takes medication. Get wind down basically. And I usually give them about an hour to 45 minutes to wind down because they're all worked up from playing or whatever, and they don't want to just go straight to bed. So I usually give them that time frame. Well, my oldest son now is getting into the routine of he wants to watch TV at night. He doesn't want to just go straight to bed. So that's been a fight with me. I have to tell him like every night, like, no, like it's too late now. Like it's time for you to go to bed. It's going on 8 o'clock. And it's just been like crap. And then the past couple of nights, my oldest son, he hasn't been going to sleep till like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. We're kind of like getting into an old pattern with him where he will just stay up. And he goes through these phases where he just doesn't want to go to sleep. And he'll stay up to like 1:30 in the morning, and he's just up. And all of my efforts of trying to get him to go to sleep just don't work. And it's exhausting. And it's always when I have something to do the next day, or it's, the start of the new week and it's going to be busy and things like that. So it's been pretty exhausting around here, needless to say. This whole freaking year's been exhausting, my player. Like, it's been really exhausting. It's been just completely insane. I just said to myself this morning that every week it's been something different. Like, every week it's been like one thing after another. But the sad part is none of them have been good. Like, I have not had good news since February. I'm pretty sure it was late February. That was the very, very last time I had good news in this house. And that was it. And it was one moment. And it literally lasted 3 days. And it was just gone. And even when it happened, it was stressful. Like, it was really stressful at that time. So it's just been 2024 has not been kind to my family this year. It's not been a kind year. It's been very, very stressful. It's been very hard, difficult, weird, bizarre. Like, this is how stupid it's been. We ended up getting a letter in the mail over the weekend that was regarding my husband, because some company was trying to claim that my husband had stocks and bonds and that he was hoarding money. I laughed on the phone this morning when I was calling this company, because I told them, I said, if I had stocks and bonds, I was like, I would not be living in the situation that I'm living in right now. I was like, I would not be, my life would be different. It would be way more better than what it is right now. And I was just like cracking up on the phone, because it's probably from lack of sleep and everything else between, but it was so bizarre and stupid. Like, it was just dumb. So, just weird crap. Like, we just been having these really weird things happen, and then like I said, nothing good. I haven't had good news since February, and it's been a long 6 months. It's been one hell of a 6-month ride, and I just keep holding on to hope that something. Cardi B said something one time, I think it was about the year 2020. She was really upset about COVID, like everybody was. And she said, hopefully this year started out bad but ends strong, and ends up being a good end of the year. And that's what I'm hoping for, that it started out bad, but I'm hoping that it ends strong and that it ends good. So yeah, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. Anyways, I have to go. This mukbang is over with. My cats are trying to get out of their little box. She's not doing anything about it. So peace out, you guys. I hope to speak to y'all again soon. Sorry for this short little mukbang, but hopefully here in the future I'll have a better one.